Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're having a fantastic day. If you're new to the channel, my name is Parker Nierenstein, and this is Vehicle Virgins. Today, I'm going to show you exactly what it's like to drive the all-new BMW 8 Series. More specifically, this is the M850i xDrive. It's all-wheel drive, weighs 4,350 pounds, and packs a mean 523 horsepower and 553 pound-feet of torque from its 4.4-liter twin-turbo V8. Now, if you haven't seen my full review of the car yet, I suggest doing so. I do a deep dive into all of the features of the exterior and interior, go over pricing as well as options. This is going to be much more focused on what the car is exactly like to drive, put you behind the driver's seat so you can feel what it's actually like. Let's go ahead and hop on the interior. I love the way this car looks. Let me know in the comment section below, did they kill it with the 8 Series design, or do you not like it? Personally, I'm a huge fan, so go ahead and hop inside. The car has comfort access, so when you walk up with the key in your pocket, instantly the car unlocks. Go ahead and hop in, and you are greeted with this massive, thick leather steering wheel. I actually love this steering wheel. It is really hot outside, so let's go ahead and fire the car up with the engine start button. Go ahead and put my seatbelt on. Let's talk about a couple features of the interior before we take it out for a spin. We've got all of our driving modes in the center console area right here. Everything from Sport, Comfort, there's an Eco Pro mode, which I find funny in a twin turbocharged V8, and an adaptive mode that has a mix between Comfort and Sport. It actually chooses for you. But what's interesting is when you click Sport mode, there's actually 3 different Sport modes. There is Sport, Sport Plus, and Sport Individual. You can configure that to all of your settings that you prefer. Let's go ahead and do that actually. You can change the suspension setup, the steering, as well as the engine and the transmission. Pretty cool. I prefer driving in Sport Plus mode when we're out in the canyons like we are now, but Comfort mode is very, very comfortable. Now, one thing I want to show you before we set off is the really cool surround view camera. Now, I've already demonstrated that in my previous video, showing you, let's go ahead and put it into reverse, showing you the 360-degree view that you can use gesture control, if I can get that right, to scan around the vehicle. But there's one more mode that's really cool that I didn't show off, and that is car wash mode. Now, you're probably not going to be taking your new 8 Series into one of those car washes that absolutely scratches your car, but there are some good touchless car washes out there, and I like that you can see from a top view where your wheels actually travel in between the guidelines for the car wash, and also it's really helpful to make sure that you don't smash your front bumper as well. All right. Let's take it for a spin. All right, about to take off on an awesome canyon road. So we're gonna go ahead and put it into Sport Plus mode and click the traction control button once to put it into dynamic traction, flick over the lever to the left to put it into Sport, pull the paddle, and then we are in manual mode and ready to go. I'll show off Comfort mode later on, but this is too good of a road to be in Comfort mode. So, despite the fact that the M850i xDrive weighs 4,350 pounds. Now, it takes a little bit to get used to this because it is such a big vehicle. It handles really, really well, deceptively so. You wouldn't expect when you look out the front windshield and you look around you, it's a very spacious cabin, to have the level of driving dynamics that this car does. But it's a BMW, so I'm not too surprised. We've got an 8-speed automatic transmission, paddles mounted to the steering wheel at 9 and 3. Paddle response is absolutely fantastic for upshifts and downshifts. BMW always kills it with this. Mercedes was struggling for a very long time to have paddle response anywhere near as quick as BMW. We've got all-wheel drive, which means the level of grip in the turns is unbelievable. And we've actually got rear wheel steering as well. So below 45 miles an hour, those rear wheels turn in the opposite direction of the fronts, which makes the car a little bit more nimble. It virtually shortens the wheelbase, and it's able to corner unbelievably well at lower speeds. And then at high speeds, the wheels turn in the same direction as the fronts, giving it heightened stability. Where I most notice the all-wheel steering, it's not as intrusive as something like, say, a Porsche GT3 RS, where you instantly feel how twitchy the steering is. It's most noticeable in parking lots, actually. Despite being big and all-wheel drive, it's very, very easy to navigate in parking lots, especially with those cameras. The turning radius really is fantastic. Now, that 4.4-liter twin-turbocharged V8 creates some awesome noises. With twin-turbo cars nowadays, cars just aren't sounding as good as they used to, but BMW did an awesome job at making sure it still had an engine full of character. Now, we do have some fake induction noise pumped into the interior. That's okay, it actually doesn't sound that synthetic at all. Now, stepping hard on the brakes reveal that this car can slow down unbelievably well. The level of confidence you get between the braking, the traction control, as well as the all-wheel drive system is unbelievable in this car. I keep talking about how quote-unquote big it is and how surprising the car is with its dynamics. It's like it's two birds with one stone. It's very comfortable in comfort mode. It could be a cruiser every single day in traffic around town, and then you can get out onto the back roads and push this 4,300-pound beast around like nobody's business. It's honestly very, very impressive. And you don't expect to have this level of confidence in a car this big. It was one thing that I noticed with the X5M, actually. In an SUV, it's still handled like most sports cars. I don't know how BMW does that. The steering has good weight to it in sport mode. It's nice and loose in comfort mode to make the driving experience more relaxed. There's not much in the way of feedback, though. They've pretty much virtually taken out any sort of chatter that you'd get from, oh, look, the BMW assistant thought, what can I help you with? You could help me with this review if you want, but actually you should probably go away now. The steering doesn't communicate very much feedback at all. You can't really feel many bumps in the road. It doesn't translate through the steering column, but it does result in a very refined driving experience. This isn't a car that you'd expect to have a ton of road feel. I am curious, although I doubt it, what the steering feels like on the M8 competition. That's a car I would really love to test. Now, this vehicle is capable of doing 0 to 60 miles an hour in 3.6 seconds. So it would seem silly not to do a couple of launch controls for you guys. So we'll find a good location, show you how to activate launch control, do some launches. So to activate launch control, we're gonna go ahead and put it into sport mode, even though you can launch it into comfort. Let's put it into Sport Plus, actually. Then you click the traction control button once to put it into dynamic traction. You don't want to turn it all the way off, or traction control, the system limits it from going into launch control. Then we're going to go ahead and push the lever over to the side to put it into sport mode for the transmission. All you have to do is floor the brake with your left foot, floor the gas with your right foot, launch control active, and then you let off the brake. All right, let's do a launch. Honestly, the first time I did this in the M850, I was shocked at how fast the car took off. Let's do it. Launch control. Whoa! Absolutely no wheel spin whatsoever. Drama-free, it launches like nobody's business. Honestly, the first 10 miles an hour, some of the hardest, maybe first 30 miles an hour, it's one of the hardest launches I've actually experienced. The power is perfect for the chassis and the all-wheel drive system. There's literally no wheel spin whatsoever. It just, boom, hits you in the back like a big kick and takes off. All right, for the next portion of the video, I'm gonna let the car do all the talking or growling, just a point of view with that beautiful V8 twin turbo exhaust. Let's do another launch control first, though. Oh, those crackles. one complaint about the driving experience of the M850i xDrive. Maybe I have a complaint with the name. That is a mouthful to say correctly. But nevertheless, the only complaint I have has to do with the seats. Now, they are unbelievably comfortable when you're just driving slowly around town and cruising, and even at slow to moderate paces in the back roads. They feel like clouds, like I said before. But at high speeds, they do not have enough bolstering to keep you in place. So your body ends up kind of falling out of the seat to the left and falling out of the seat to the right when you go around turns more quickly. That at first I translated into the car having more body roll than it actually does. I was like, oh, why is the car kind of all over the place? But I realized it was actually just my body. This thing corners very, very flat and confidently. Especially, I love when it's in dynamic traction mode. That coupled with the all-wheel drive system allows you to kind of power slide a bit through turns in a way that inspires so much confidence, and you can have so much fun all at the same time. But like I said, if the seats had a bit more bolstering, I think I'd prefer the driving experience. Well, I know I would. I imagine in the M8, the seats are a bit more aggressive, but for the majority of buyers of an 850i, I imagine these seats are just fine. All right, let's drive it in normal driving conditions and talk about some of the driving assistance features that it has. For one, we've got this heads-up display right in front of me. I'm not sure if you can see it on the camera, but it's currently showing the speed limit as well as my current speed, RPMs, and it's customizable with what data you want to have shown. Then on the steering wheel, there are a series of buttons related to cruise control and self-driving. I'll go ahead and pull over here. Now, if you look at the wheel closely, you'll notice there is a car emblem with some lanes on the side and a steering wheel. If you click that, it actually has an assisted driving program that steers the car in between the lanes. It also slows the car down when there's traffic, speeds the car back up to make the experience a little bit more luxurious. We also have various buttons for the distance between you and the driver in front of us, and also a pretty cool button here called Lim, which make sure that you drive the speed limit at all times. It measures the current speed limit right here, 40 miles an hour, and make sure that if you're driving along and it changes from 65 to 40, it'll drop the car's speed down to the speed limit. We're gonna turn that off though, because we're in the canyons. The self-driving system works decently well, although not quite to the level of Mercedes or Tesla. Overall, I really enjoy driving this car. It handles very, very well for its size, much better than the equivalent Mercedes S-Class Coupe. You'd expect that from a BMW, but it's good that they haven't strayed away from their roots. It still is the ultimate driving machine in its class. I wish it had a little bit more feedback in the steering wheel, a little bit more responsiveness, and a little bit better seats in terms of the bolstering. But other than that, it is very impressive how quick you can drive this car and how much fun you can have. And then at the same time, flick it into comfort mode and just cruise along nice and easy, commute to work, sit in traffic, do whatever, pick up your kids from school, because that's about all you can fit in the back of the car. The rear seats are very, very small. And then you can launch it from 0 to 60 in 3.6 seconds. Like I said, the launch control in this car, very easy to activate, and it's one of the most impressive launches out there right now. The perfect amount of power for the platform. I'm very excited to see what the M8 and M8 Grand Coupe are like to drive. I love the looks of the M8 Grand Coupe. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, got to see a little taste of what it's like behind the wheel of the new M850i xDrive. If you like these point of view style of videos, leave a comment in the comments section below to let me know. Smash the thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't already, and as always, I look forward to seeing you next video.